Alrighty. Time to do some work. Doing a little bit of other stuff last couple days, and I believe I'm on cleaning up my Cleric's folders. So we have the Resurrects all good to go, I think. Then we were working on Smite, and for some reason my crits were not critting. It's guaranteed. This is AO2, BO2 crit, which is correct. And then this one is A crit, O3, B, O3 crit, C, O3 crit. Yep. And if I click that, it's guaranteed. Guaranteed. And guaranteed. These guys should all have crit reset. Or I suppose on those ones I probably don't need to do that. Maybe. I think I put that checkbox in to for non-damage abilities. I think that's why I have that there. Alright, so the first one's worked just fine. I need my headphones on. And okay. So first one is a crit. We got a crit. Let's look at R2 crit. Still didn't get one. It is very strange. Let's go back to the kits. Make sure these are using the correct ones. Smite 02 or Smite 01 crit. Smite 02 crit. And Smite 03 crit. I swear I had this working at one point, which is the weird part. Manager, kit. Huh. What am I missing here? Okay, the spell itself isn't set to crit. That's weird. O2A crit. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. These are both set. Guaranteed crit. But for whatever reason, if I put this to 0, will it work? That is wild. Yeah, why is the Cleric auto attack range so far away? So when I go to stat component, and I'm looking for critical hit, ignore power, guaranteed. Why do they show as false? one actually did crit. But how are they coming up as false? When they're clearly set to true. Let's try smite crit 0 to A. This should not matter at all, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So right now I'm trying to get the Cleric smite to be crit every time it hits when it is a crit. And for some reason it's not going, something's not being read from the right data table. And there might be a bug somewhere that's triggering. So it's not reading, it's reading from smite. So that's not what I set. Let me attempt redirectors, submit. Let me think here. This goes back. So if that's coming through like that, somehow it's probably to do with my loading component somehow. Oh, I'm such a turkey. I did this with the warrior. I know exactly what it is, I think. I didn't enable crit abilities. Crit. Hit abilities enabled. I am a dumb butt. My crit system's kind of new, so I'm doing a revamp on our abilities, and I have a checkbox. I need to turn on crit abilities. And so it's not reading from actual crit abilities. And now we get the 3 crit lightning bolt. Crit, crit, crit. Bam. There it is. I'm a dumbass. Alright. Alright, back to my stack component. Just put this back here. So Smite's good. Smite's set up. And yeah, just an extra crit for each one. It's fine. All good. So, and then resurrect. Let's just get the resurrect done here. 'We can do this resurrect. Oh, let's before we do that, I'm gonna check out all my stuff. Resurrect week. And so I think, what did I have the res ability set to? Okay, resurrect. 15 and 30. So resurrect week. That's the stat change I need. So this guy. Technically, resurrects are kind of a shared value. So I'm going to move this to shared. Whatever. I'll put it here. It's not even the right thing I wanted. I'm going to move that one here. Copy this here. Copy. Resurrect. Week. Crit. Am I spelling that right? No double S. And there's 2 R's. Huh. And then this guy, I can take out the cleric part. Okay. So that's there, resurrect. And then this is going to be named week. Let's fix up a lot of these redirectors here. Week, crit. Strong. All right. And now we do, so this is now. So week is 0.15. Week crit. All right, let's just do this. Collapse all. Resurrect. save, close. Now these ones will open the same way. Strong is what? Are 25 and 50. So this one's .5. This one's .25. And now these two. And these ones are 50 and 100. Alright, so R as an ability is done. So we'll just say ability design done is R. I'll just say resurrect's done. What's we got? 2. Smite. And 3 is going to be a buff. E is heal. Shift is group heal. And I'm pretty sure I'm done for the most part with these. This is AoE heal here. I just have the crit abilities to do for AoE heal. That's right. Yeah, set up crits. Okay. I think I'm just going to keep root as it is with different durations for now. So 1 is done. We just got to set up the actual stuff. So yeah, it's just down to Q and R, which I most likely need just... so one thing I'm going to do, I'm probably going to swap. I might swap shift to Q. So Q, heal on Q and E. Root for CC on shift, maybe. And then 1 and 2 are offense spells. I want 1 more offense spell. I guess 1 more utility. Alright, this is all whatever. Yeah, so I might as well just set up the healing and stuff. Set up what I have done, which goes back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Finishing the folder revamp. So we're just going to call you, because I don't know actual spell names right now, so I'm going to do small heal. Or we'll do heal big. Heal small. Heal over time. And then we have to do base crit. Base crit. All right. What else we got here? So now we can organize these now. So heals small. Move that here. Let's have the root. Heal over time. Heal big. Then we're going to do heal AoE flat. Heal AoE over time. Now here's a question. Should the crit heals be AoE or the crit heals be crits? It's an interesting choice. So when I have, with my system, every 5 casts or 5 auto attacks, you get a crit. And so you can make, and I can make that a whole new ability. And so I could have a single target heal over time, that a critical ability is an area effect heal over time. And that way, you're basically taking 6 potential buttons and putting it into one. I think I have to make them separate buttons because it's too much. It's the AoE stuff is too high mana cost. They're so yeah, I'm gonna do that. AoE flat, AoE heal over time, and the last one is heal AoE ground for putting a thing on the ground to heal. Which we do Cleric AoE. I think the first one is flat. Move that here. And then we can update all these things. These get deleted. And now here, the next heal is heal over time, heal over time. Base crit. So this one, all right. So these ones, I think I actually remove, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. I don't use these anymore. Yeah, it's heal small O2. on the first one, it's heal over time. Okay, so heal big, we can delete. You know how late it is, and I have to watch this so I know how to play my class. How you doing, Jester? I know it's 1 in the morning here. What am I doing? Did a bit of league today, and then a bit of job hunting stuff. Continue the grind. And now, just trying to chip away at my cleric stuff here. Alright, so on this rotation 2, this one is big heal. So on rotation 3, we don't need heal small or heal over time. We can delete those. On the root, wherever I put it, alright, this guy gets moved here. This guy gets moved here. This guy gets moved here. And then heal over time on R2, I also don't need. It's better than it being late for me and early for you, yeah. I don't need those. And here small. I'm actually deleting this one. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I just delete the heal smalls here. Alright, so we have the base of heal small. But where is the ability? Where is this at? Oh, I put it there for some reason. Heal small goes there. So we have the base of heal small, with the base of the heal over time, with the base of the heal big, and heal over time. I believe that's this one. AoE. And this is on tick. Oh, make sure the AoE type is standard, yeah. So this the AoE heal over time. And then this is the heal ground. And then this one is heal big, but I have that already. But maybe I think I actually want the 3 version of heal big. All right, up there folders. I'm going to submit this for now. Click off everything. Can I like, if only. If I go like, okay, I'm not that far down. There's a bunch of things I don't want submitted being added. I don't want anything from the Paragon folder added. Because basically, I import Paragon assets to my project, but I never use the raw Paragon assets. Now there's some voiceovers and stuff I have to add eventually, but it'd be cool to have a mist that nullify reduced ranged damage. That would be kind of neat. It wouldn't be too hard to implement either. All right, so now I'm going to check everything out again. And, oh, that didn't get moved to the right place. How annoying. Move here. Or did it? Oh, maybe it did. What the heck? Oh. AoE, AoE. All right, once again, let's do this. So Cleric, we don't need the Cleric part, so we're going to heal, AoE, flat. Round. That's the crit heal over time as AoE. One of them is the heal AoE over time is just the hot. So that was technically your R2 AoE heal. And then the heal AoE ground is the one that actually hits the ground and like costed like half your mana bar, but like pretty much fully healed everyone for like 10 seconds. Oh, I need to AFK sec. I'm back. All right. Yeah, heal over time is. I've even moved the heal over time, the single target version to R1, because it's supposed to be mana efficient anyways. So. All right. So heal over time. Heal over time. Heal big. Now heal big. Heal big. Oh, the organizational stuff of projects. So fun. All right. Now let's go to kits real quick and fix these. So, this was shift. Q was, I think Q's empty now. Then E is heal over time. That's correct. 1. R is empty. 1 is cleric root. 2 is smite. Buff. Resurrect. That one is correct. On 2, this is empty. AoE flat. Actually, the first one here is now AoE over time. The next one is AoE flat heal. So those are different there. And then root 2. So shift, Q's empty right now. Oh, right, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be empty, hidden, empty, hidden. Oh, wait. Oh, that makes more sense. So many skill possibilities, I know. That's why I'm like really making sure I reorganize everything so it's a little bit more, because it was getting so confusing of just like R1, R2, R3, and now it's more like here's an ability and here's the crit for that ability, and then eventually players can like will end up putting them wherever they want to, right? We'll likely have like maybe skill slots that are healing locked or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for like when you as a player start messing with your build. That goes back to the whole thing of your bottom bar. Will you have like 4 buttons at the top that are utility and not on the rotation rune system, and then the 4 slots at the bottom are your rotation rune system, and then you can slot everything into those. But it could be that thing, like say for you could have it's going to get really interesting, right? So for say heal over time, you could potentially find like if you have a heal over time ability as the base, but then the crit version could have like 5 different options that you have to go farm, or something like that, you know. And like one could maybe you could find a heal over time, crit ruin that makes it proc damage or something when it triggers. So it's also damaging things around you. Maybe one gives it, just improves the healing of it. Maybe it gives it a separate healing trigger. Maybe holy weapon enchant undead. Yeah, like it could give you a different buff. I really want to have like some ARPGs have this where you have a base spell and then like you're really customizing that spell with almost its own like skill tree. And so like that's my sort of idea or direction to go into. And so like we'll see where that takes us. All right, so Q. So we have heal over time as the first one on both. Then on the second one here, this is heal flat. And these are correctly going up. Now this one is resurrect strong. And there's no second buff. And lastly, 03. Is heal ground, which is correct. Then heal big, which is correct. This one is just empty. Root 3, smite 3, buff, resurrect, powerful. Okay. And now we have to make the crit versions. Copy here. Copy. 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 Crit. That's not the right one. But one of the first few things I'm going to add to the Registry of Chronicles is that type of stuff where it's like kill 100 undead, get, smite undead or something. Or maybe it's a ruin you can put into your smite that deals bonus damage to undead. Something like that. Okay, so those are all set up. And now we just set up the, let's do these renames. So root, I don't even need. I guess R2, it's fine. And root R1. And then root at least a little bit away. I don't like having them same name, so then we copy this here. I always like running around healing monsters to kill them. Yeah. Okay, so base, crit, base, crit, base, crit. All right. So root set up. And now this thing is completely cleared out. And this guy is also cleared out. And then we'll just do a buff folder. For now, we'll do a base folder. Move here. Cleric buff. Move here. Auto attack. And then rest folder. All right, and I believe my folder stuff is now done. Let's do kits, and now I can update the roots on these. I think root R1, root R2, root R3, so that's fine. Cleric buff stays the same, cleric rest stays the same. Ice pick mechanics were cool. More defense monsters has more damage. Ice pick mechanics were cool. More defense monster has more damage. Oh, so damage based on how much defense they have. It kind of scales with their defense or something. All right, so now we do these guys. So on this one is heal AoE, heal over time, AoE, crit. And then Q is example empty. E is heal over time. R is empty. This heal over time crit. This is R1 crit. And resurrect weak crit. Save. So this is AoE heal flat crit. Shift Q is empty. E is flat heal crit. Oh, heal small. Heal small crit. R2 crit on the root. Smite O2 crit. Cleric buff. And finally, heal weak ground crit. Heal big is correct. Root 3 root crit. Smite O3 crit. Cleric buff. Resurrect powerful crit. This is resurrect strong crit. And I think that's set up. And so we'll start simple on the roots. So the base root, is just going to be how many? I think I need a 15-second root. I'm gonna make a bunch of these. 15. 25. It is, but it's a long time, but it's in a lot of EverQuest when you have slow-paced combat. You remember like the time to kill is long and stuff, and it's not uncommon in EverQuest styled games to have like a snare that lasts 2 to 5 minutes. Now sometimes there's mechanics where every tick there's like a small chance it breaks. But it's not like a lot of other fast-paced games where that it's kind of it's just when you have like these kind of longer time to kill games. Your CC durations kind of go up, and again we have to remember because we're a crowd control based game, you kind of want your crowd control to last a long time. And I don't have this implemented yet, but normally with roots, every time you hit the target, it does have a chance to break as well. You're going to need it with that way. Every time you add grow, something it pulls 3. Every time you add grow, what do you mean add grow? Oh, aggro. Every time you aggro something, it pulls 3, yeah. 30. just go up to a full minute here. Like right now, when we like the stuff we did was pretty mellow, right? Open field, a lot of places to run, these things. But when you get into dungeons, you got nowhere to run. Your crowd control has to have a decent length of time. We also don't really have like proper mana costs in the game yet, and so it's pretty easy to maintain quite a bit of mana. I'm like slowly tweaking mana values and stuff now, because your sustain is absolutely something that needs to be part of the game. All right, root base, we'll just say is 15. I'm only going to increase it by like 20 or 5 seconds to 20 seconds. And then R2 will be like 25 seconds. And then R2 crit is 30. Now I believe I have a bug right now where when you refresh a buff, I'll make R3 jump a bit here. R3 will be like 50. I will say 45. And then crit will be 60. I do have a bug, I think, right now that if you try and overwrite a spell, it still uses the previous version, but just refreshes it. Okay, so resurrect. So root is kind of fully done. Root's ready for animation stuff. So I'm going to change this to ready for animation work. This is 1 root. I have all these set up. I don't think I'm going to change too much with these right now. Yeah, so I think my heal is fine. So there's that heal. Okay, that was wrong. Base kits 02. This is supposed to be heal small. And what I probably will also do is the AoE heal. I might make that a bit of an oh shit button for the Cleric and put a long cooldown timer on it. Just to make sure it's a little bit not like less OP. So heal over time. Heal. And then big heal. Boom. And then this should rotate, I think, to crit. Yep. And I don't think I set up the crit. yeah, so all of these, I need to go here and do the actual, set the actual crit ability. And then I also need to set guaranteed crit on these. And I think I did do it with these, right? Yeah, because it doesn't have a change in stat there. Smite, I'm pretty sure I set this up. That's the first thing I did. Oh, I didn't do the smite names though. Smite R1. Oop. Okay. Cleaning up those ability names. But yeah, I know one thing I've planning, like I really want to have very distinct healers and stuff. And when you think of like a World of Warcraft priest shield, I'm probably going to turn that into a whole other class. And so a whole class based on shielding allies with like these invisible shields of some sort. Um, or potentially make that something like a more warrior type ability. To be more rewarding for tanks to have a way to mitigate for allies. So I think smite's all good to go. 2 is smite. And E, heal. Shift, AoE heal. I think I did this right. AoE heal. Flat crit, yeah, flat crit. Ground crit. The defense skill? What defense skill? I meant like, so in, I don't know if you played WoW, but in priests, they have a, like a shielding, like a temporary health, you know? So it's not heal, but it's like a temporary absorption on top of your, on the top of the target. And so it's sort of healing, but it can, if you basically, if someone's full health and you put a shielding on them, it's extra health, right? So you have to hit through the shield first in order to actually take damage. But typically, those are temporary, like they're very short duration, right? So it's like, oh, here's a temporary health for 3,000 health. It lasts 10 seconds. So it's like you're kind of like preemptively blocking when the monster's about to do a lot of damage. You can have like a small shield that's usually, and they're kind of like the offset there is they're a little more expensive in mana wise, but they're like fast casting, so it's they do kind of get in that range of oh shit buttons. In the scenario where you can't get a proper heal off, and sometimes they have like maybe your heal does 1,000 health, but the shielding will be 3,000 health, but you know that mana might get wasted because they might not take 3,000 damage in 10 seconds, right? So there's playing with values and time with stuff. All right. All right. So my root I think is fine. I don't need to test that. I've already tested smite. It's good. So root's fine. So yeah. So over here, root's good. Smite's fine. And then obviously 3 is buff. 4 is res. So this is all ready for animation work. Shift, let's try this. Oh, did I don't know if I did. Did I get all these with crits? Did I make these all guaranteed? I did not. Okay, that one's guaranteed. All right, let's give this a quick test. Yeah, the buff, that's different. So that's just a straight up a buff. The cleric will always have some sort of buff, and that just gives you straight up like extra health and resist all. I think armor, physical resist. So I think that's basically 5% physical resist and like 10 health or something. So yeah, you're always going to keep that, and you'll have ways to upgrade it in the future, you know. All right, so heal over time. Small heal. And then big heal. Okay. And then let's get some auto attacks here. So this overtime heal should be crit every tick. Crit. 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 And then instant crit on the small heal here. And finally, a crit on the big heal. And kaboom. Now I have to test the over here. So first one is AoE heal over time. And I think I have to update the, I think it's the first the newbie set. Heal over time, smite R1. Nope, it's the progression. So buff, root, AoE flat is actually AoE heal over time. Tweak. Okay. Alright, so now if I do this, AoE heal over time. It's the heal. And now R2 is the flat heal. I'm supposed to do non-crit, but so now this should be a heal over time that crits every time. This is the healing on the ground around yourself. And now a flat heal. Boom. Crits. And then finally the crit for AoE on the ground here. And everything's critting. Alright, so that's pretty much ready for animation work. That's good, that's good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 done. So yeah, I'm down to, I need my Q and R. My new abilities. So I know one's going to be offense and one's going to be defense. So, I have to think. What type of offense? The question is, do I want to make some sort of auto attack ability? Or, like, one thing I was thinking of is a Q ability that almost increases your attack range. So you can maybe melee a little bit and rotate through your ruins from afar. Some sort of like magical mace hit type thing. But it's temporary. But I don't think I like that idea. Because again, I want to facilitate a little bit of the... In EverQuest, a lot of clerics were kind of like sit and meditate, stand up, burst, you know, or like heal, and sit back down. So, but you at least get triple crit now. Boom, boom, boom. So that's dope. That's gonna increase the feel a massive amount of your damage and whatnot. I don't want to do thorns because it's just not thematic to the cleric. I technically haven't done any type of shield ability. There could be a button I do for oh shit buttons. The clerics used to get like a temporary invulnerability where they couldn't cast anything. It would de-aggro them and they wouldn't cast anything for like 10 seconds or something. There's the divine like insurrection stuff where if you put a buff on someone and if they die, they actually get healed. Or resurrected type thing. I'm trying to think of some sort of damage thing that is thematically relevant. They used to get a summon hammer as well, but I don't want to have too much emphasis on it being like a major thing. What are my ideas here? Oh, technically, yeah, let's move auto attack. Did that. This, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Maybe. I'll let it sit for a bit. Like there's also this, like you could debuff the enemy that every time people hit them, they get healed. It's another version of healing. It's kind of a reverse heal thing. Okay, I did this. I did that. Okay, smite rank 1. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's up the damage on that quite a bit. We'll double it, like 25 to 35. It's fine. I don't think this is the actual case. Yeah, it's only like, depending on your view, they overlap a little bit, but normally they don't. I could move the... just ever so slightly to the left. Yeah. Yeah, it's better. Shielding got written. I think I did fix this. 9. 07, 03, 010. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this fixed now. I think this is not relevant anymore. I think this is not relevant either. These are all kind of done. I do think I want to reorder that a little bit. So let's start with this. So those are fine. We'll start with, I guess 1 through 3. So I'm going to put root. It's going to be on AoE heal. AoE heal is going to be on Q. Which leaves and if we go to Cleric buff stays the same. Root is now 3. And then heal over time is now 4. Okay, shift QE. So Q is a heal, E is a heal, right close to your hand. Shift is CC. 1 and 2 are going to be offense. 3, 4 are utility. And R is going to be something else. So I have to update this on the other ones. So root goes here. AoE heal goes here. That goes there. Root. All right. Let's make sure these are all the right spells. So it's only the root. I think that's kind of changing. I don't need to use and all the roots. Critical hit reset. Okay, resurrect. Alright, that part's done. And so this is now R and 1. This is now shift. This now. Alright, so I'm trying to make a goal of at least finishing the abilities tonight. So this is going to be hopefully I can get the ability set up tonight and then animations tomorrow. And hopefully the Cleric's locked in. I'm going to just call this heal debuff or heal curse. Is that the right way? I'm just heal on hit. I'm going to be very technical with it right now. Base. Crit. And we'll go to the enchanter. Enchant armor. And we're going to do the base here. Copy. Alright, heal on hit is the debuff. We want to target an enemy. I'm going to leave that for now. And the stat change is to heal on hit. And then we open that up. This is adding a passive, which is the proc heal on hit. Which we now need the stat change proc heal on hit to be applied there. This is going to be heal on hit. then finally this is, so first heal on hit. We gotta go targeting. Multiple targets is enemy. The stat change is enemy. It is a negative debuff. Passive. That's all fine. The proc targeting on this one, I think is, no, that one's enemy. Enemy. And resource health current. And we're just going to set this for 1 right now. But power is going to be applied as well. Actually, I might ignore power. And I'll manually set the values of this. Alright, so this is the spell. Target lock actor enemy. It is a on the enemy heal on hit, which applies this stat change, which affects enemies. It gives them a proc that when they get hit, where's the passive section? This is a passive. Hit when they get hit by an enemy. Activate chances as 1. And I could make it only. Should I make it only auto attacks? Maybe I just put the percentage low. Maybe that's better. Like a 30% chance when you hit the target to get healed. And then we can put a little bit more value here, like 5 to 10 maybe. Let's give that a shot. So kit. That's the wrong one. To add 6. And this is going to be I'm going to increase the level of these since the Cleric starts with 2 abilities. I'm going to say you don't get anything. I don't think I like that idea. Always have to get something new. 6. This is going to be, I think it's R. And it's going to be heal on hit. And then for now, take all these. Heal on hit. So it's triggering, I believe. It's just not healing me. Ah, target lock. How do I make sure? I'm trying to think of how I do this. So passive. When an enemy hits me, I'm trying to remember what. Maybe I just need direction. Maybe that's all I need to fix. There we go. Yeah. So it doesn't always proc, but it's a little bit of light healing. I'm gonna make the chance a little bit lower. Like 20% maybe. Because it is a form of AoE, and it's a very cost-efficient thing as well. So heal on hit. Let's get a different icon. So the one, going to do this and this. I'm going to do tiles. I think I'll do that one. That may not be big enough. That, and what we got here? That one kind of actually fits quite well. Let's do that one. Alright, so this is that. I need to get this guy up and match this on the UI. Cool. All right, so that's one thing down. One ability down. The next one is actually kind of easy, so I do need to make a crit version of this. Actually, yeah, we'll just do quite literally. I guess we do have to basically copy it all. Copy here. Match all these up again. This one is crit. Oh, this is supposed to be chat sheet. This is supposed to be this one. Should we open up this? Which then goes to that. Which then goes to this. And then this we set to guaranteed. And let's just see if that works. Oh, I didn't even set the crit version. Kit, crit. First up, this one. Try and proc it when we attack. There's the heal, so it's healing for 13. Then we cast the crit version. So now it should be 26. 17, or 50% more, I guess. If I have it set to. But it's always critting now. I guess the cool part about that is if you have 3 bolts for lightning, there's a chance for you to get healed while you hit. That's really cool. That's a really good synergy. Actually synergizes really well with your lightning storm. I like that a lot. Very good synergy there. And then the next one, I'm just gonna call it EQ spell that revives you if you die. Okay. We're going to do a spell called Divine Savior. Base Bay. Crit. We're going to chant her again. Literally, it's going to be pretty much the enchant armor mana thing. Copy here. Close these out. Close that out. So Divine Savior is another. I guess it's that's kind of worth. It's fine. This one you don't even technically see. Okay. Stat change, Divine Savior. Which gives a passive of the proc Divine Savior. I don't know if I need all this, whatever, but okay. And then this is connected to the proc, which is just going to be health current. And we'll do a value of 25 to 25. Obviously, we'll make that crit on the other one. Okay, now the proc itself, we go to passive. It's actually going to be a health percent self. And the targeting on this is ally. Oh wait, none, I guess. This one should be set up right. Self, yeah, okay. Health trigger, health percent, self. So activate chance 100. Resource activate percent value. So we're going to say 3. And this is going to be in the kits. It's going to be on our... I'll probably put this on R3. So instead of heal on hit, it's going to be Divine Savior. Alright, so I have Divine Savior on. And now if I get bullet taken down below 30% health, it should trigger. There it goes. And it got removed as well. So that's exactly what I wanted. Excellent. And now we can take that whole thing, copy it there. Do it there. And this calls for this passive. Okay. And now back to kits. In crit 3, we have Divine Savior. Crit. Let's give that one a try. Now it should give me a good crit, and it goes off. So that's almost done. Need one more like weird debuff thing. Debuff or buff thing. Oh, I didn't even set it to crit. Dirt. Try again. Make sure it works. Any second now. Boom, big heal. We can definitely up the value. Okay, so this one's going to be 50. We'll double the base as well. And I kind of feel like the base was actually kind of low. So let's go 75 to 100 here. And then the base, we'll do whatever 65 divided by 2 is. So 37 plus the 25. Maybe divide that by 2. Oh, I don't want. It's 12. All right. So now R2. So we have a oh shit buff heal thing. We have a proc on the target for things that you can heal. I will quickly do that. Heal on hit. I have to do the R1. Debuff a target. And R3 is buff a target, a ally target to heal at low health, last 1 hit. And then R2 okay. Sugar plums. I at least just want to get this last thing done. Um, it's still healing related. What else? So heal when you hit a target. Ocean thing, heal when you get hit. You heal. Um, what else? I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say goodnight. I got a lot of my basics set up, and I got 2/3 of an ability done. So that's pretty dope. And I am very much almost done the enchanter. Or almost done the cleric. I've got basically 3 abilities to do. R2, it's R2 now, and whatever my one more offensive ability is. We'll see. But yeah, got a good setup of stuff done. I need to go to bed, because I'm sure my kid's going to get me up in like 3 hours probably. I'm not going to submit that. I'm just gonna... Alright, goodbye everyone. See you, Jestra. I'll be on tomorrow probably. And hopefully I'll be able to stamp this cleric done and get on the next one. I think I'm on time to have all classes done by the end of the month. I had a little bit of a break last couple of days just because a little burnt out of everything, but I still think I can get it done in time for the test, and it'll be pretty cool to see in action, and it'll be really interesting for me to see, like, okay, here's a really good representation of how the rotation ruin system works now, and like, how does it feel? What's next? What's working? What's not working? What might seem too complicated and not complicated enough? And where do we go from here? I have a bucket list of fucking content to do too. I need to do an update, kind of like my 3 systems review for Tearyn, which is Rotation Ruins, Registry of Chronicles, and the camp system. And I have another vertical third video I have to do.